Dietitian with the Bariatric Program. Laura's here with me today, and we have Chef Cindy here to do an amazing cooking demo of Korean beef, and she cooks wonderful food. We're so blessed to have her, so we're gonna have a lot of fun today. So Cindy, there you go.
All right, well, welcome to our setup here as our kitchen here at the Ralph. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make Korean beef with green beans, and I'm gonna serve it on some riced cauliflower.
Okay. Show me the ingredients that we're gonna be working with today.
Okay, so what we're gonna be working with is ground beef. It's extra lean. It's 96/4. It's organic. I'm using garlic, 2 cloves, about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. I'm gonna use red pepper, 3 scallions, and then we're going to use amino acids. You can use this. Amino acid replaces soy sauce. It also comes in a coconut aminos, and I'm going to be using the teriyaki as well for a little extra flavor, and some sesame oil. And I will also be using crushed red peppers, and then of course in with that will be the green beans.
Okay.
Get the ones that are already cleaned and washed, and all I have to just do is cut them up. So first thing you want to do is you want to cut up the green onions and the garlic. So first thing I'll do is I'll clean this up. I was garlic, 2 cloves, as I said. Now we're going to take a piece of ginger, and you can use the back side of the knife to peel the skin off of the ginger. Makes it nice and easy to do. So just be careful of the blade. Same thing as I'm just going to cut the red pepper, clean out the inside of the pepper. And I like to cook for myself because I control what's in the food, from fat to the carbs to, you know, the amount of protein that I'm eating and the kind of protein I'm eating. I can make sure it's sourced the way I want it, and to me it's much healthier. So I don't know if any of you might know me because you're on the Facebook group, but I've lost about 180 pounds, so I've lost about what I weigh right now. I weigh 185. So I've lost a whole me, so you're missing half of me right now. I'm not longer missing it, but you might be. But so that's 2 years out from my surgery, and I went from a size 28, but I was in elastic pants, so probably more like a 32 women's, and these are size 6. So it really is not easy to do this by far. You know, some people think we took the easy way out, and we by far did not. So you've just got to fight through when you're struggling and the weight just stays the same. Because I've had those instances where it just plateaued, and I just have to make sure that I'm getting up and moving so that I'm not thinking about in my head about I'm hungry. Just get up and move. Start creating different things and dishes, and start prepping your food for the week. Something to do. Keep yourself busy. The green beans, I will, once we put this in the pan, I'm just gonna cut those in pieces. So we're gonna start with the ground beef, and we're gonna put this over on the stove.
Okay.
As I said, this was the ground beef. It's all natural. It's 46%. It's only 4% fat, so it's a very lean beef. Wait for that to start browning up a little bit, and then I'm going to use this and break it up to small pieces. I need it to start browning. Notice how we didn't use any oil. The only oil that we'll be using is some sesame oil for flavor. And with sesame oil, when you use this, you want to make sure that you don't use too high of a heat, because burnt sesame oil is not a great taste. So be careful to make sure the heat is reduced when you do add the sesame oil to the pan. As soon as it starts to brown, I'm going to add the garlic in. So as soon as it starts to brown, so there's a pound of this, so depending on where you are in your journey, I mean, I can eat anywhere from, well, red meat, it's more like 3 ounces for me at the most, because that tends to make me feel really full pretty quick. So I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit now that that pan finally heated up.
So you started out on high.
Yeah, just to get the pan up to temperature that I wanted it. Now I'm just going to hit the garlic. So we're just going to add 2 cloves of garlic. So it really doesn't take that long to make. You could have your meal, and this would make, if you're eating it 4 ounces, 4 different meals, you could break it across, you know, freeze it if you have to. My husband and I, neighbor comes over, I have my portions. I use a 2 ounce. I use a scoop here when I scoop out my portion. It's 2 of these, would be 4 ounces, and then I use a scoop of this, of the cauliflower, riced cauliflower.
I want to be your neighbor.
And because this is lean, I don't actually, I'm not going to drain it because it's only 4%. It's I don't have anything to drain it with here either, so I don't typically drain it, because I was telling you earlier, you could use ground turkey, you could use ground chicken. I actually almost bought ground buffalo, because it's actually buffalo is even leaner. So actually some places you probably can get some ground ostrich. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but that's actually a very lean meat, extremely lean. So I'm just going to step away, and I'm going to grab the rest of the ingredients. And then I'm going to add about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. I'm going to grate it. So it takes a while. Microplane.
I wish everybody could smell this, because it smells so good.
You can also use crystallized ginger. I'd use about 3 pieces of crystallized ginger if you're not going to use fresh. But like I said, you can control things a lot better if you're making the ingredients fresh. let the peppers cook down till it'll start to get soft. Some of the bigger ones you'll notice. And then while that's softening up, what I like to do is I'm going to put in the microwave. Hopefully that didn't turn on.
Go.
Okay, so this is what we're going to serve it on, as I said earlier. Riced cauliflower. I get it out of the freezer department. Obviously, it only has 4 grams of carbs. And a serving is 25 calories. And that's 3/4 of a cup. And I'm not eating 3/4 of a cup. It'll be about 1/4 of a cup. So it's not even 25 calories. So obviously, just follow the directions on the package. Or if you want to be more adventurous, you could grate your own cauliflower. It would probably be a little less expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in the microwave. Simple. And to that I'm going to add sesame oil, as I said. Some sesame oil. About a teaspoon of it. More for just flavor. I put the scallions in last because they won't take long to cook. So that's why you put those in last. These green beans have already been pre-washed and prepped. So all I'm going to do is just chop them up into a little smaller bite-size pieces. So I'm doing thirds. And what you're going to put in probably about 1.5 cups of green beans. So, which is really not going to be a lot. So, again, you can use the green beans another time. So, measure it out so that you can actually do your calorie count and know what you're putting in. So when you're eating it, you can make sure that you're staying within your guidelines that you need to keep you on track with your diet. So I've got 1 cup here. I'm going to just toss that into the beef. So again, those will take a little time for those to cook. I like them a little bit on the al dente side, as they say with pasta, but as you can see with 1 cup, it's quite a bit in there. So we're just going to cut about a 1/2 cup more. But as you can see, there's quite a bit in there. I'm going to add some more ginger that I put on the microplane. And to that, I'm going to start adding the amino acids. I'm going to be using the cocoa amino acids.
And you use that instead of the soy sauce, right?
Yes, yep, because it less sodium, it's better for you. It has aminos in it that your body needs, so it's much better for you. I sometimes use this, and you can also use the Bragg's that she took a photo of earlier. I like this for a little variety. It has a little bit different flavor to it. So about 2 tablespoons. To that, I'm also going to add some teriyaki marinade, and it also has coconut aminos in it, and it's soy free. So. About 1.5 tablespoons. So I ran out of Swerve brown sugar, which is what I'd usually use for myself. But what I have here is some molasses, and it's homemade, so I'm only using 1 tablespoon of it, maybe even less. Add in the scallions, and I'll save some of the greens to decorate the plate. And by the way, this plate that I have in my hand, this is the plate I eat off of. As you can see, my hand and the plate, it's a very small plate. That's what I eat all of my meals off of, is this plate. I have a couple of them. So that's what I eat.
Awesome.
So it's all about portion control. So if I don't think it has enough broth in it, I will add some little bit of chicken broth to it. Give it a little more broth, and I'll add just about a half a tablespoon, depending on how much broth I have in the pan, of tapioca flour, because it doesn't clump and it doesn't leave an aftertaste. Okay, so I have organic chicken broth. You can use beef broth, but I use chicken a lot. And I'm only gonna put in here about a half a cup, if that. And 2 ounces, quarter of a cup. You just add, you can put this right in there, and this is the tapioca.
Let me see the front of it.
And this is just gonna thicken it.
Okay.
So some people use flour and stuff to thicken with, but this is better. I think this over the sink. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
So, don't have so it's about a half a tablespoon of that. And that's gonna just thicken it up. And it's all done. You're just gonna serve it up with on cauliflower rice.
Awesome.
It just gives the broth a little consistency to it, so it's not watery. So that's why I said use very little of it. Doesn't require a lot. Let it cook down a little bit, and then you can serve it. As I said earlier, this is the plate that I eat off of. And as you can see my hand, it fits right in the palm of my hand. It's a 4-inch plate, and I usually only have food in the middle of the plate. The rim usually has nothing on it. It's very important for me, and it's helped me to make sure that I don't eat more than what I should, to stay on task with my diet and my plans for myself. As I said, I've lost 180 pounds, so I must be doing something right. So it is a challenge, and it's very hard. It's a lot of mind games for us, anyone that's done this, and you fight yourself all the time, but if you set yourself up for success by using the right tools, you'll get there. Promise me. I promise you, you will. So I'm gonna open up this cauliflower rice. And as I said, the serving size of that is 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup of this is 25 calories. And as I said, I'm gonna use 1/4 of a cup. So, which is, this is a 2-ounce scoop. So, turn that off. And I put it in, and I press it. So this is great. So I put it on. Then same for the beef. It will be 2 of these will be the serving that I should be having. I'll try to get more of the beef. Just because that's what we need. Excuse me for 1 second.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah. Gotta try to scoop it in here. So that's it. That's it. And then, so,
Voila.
as I said, that's it. Still see my hands around there. And what we'll do is the presentation is everything. So you can take some of the green scallions that you have left and just kind of sprinkle them on for a little color. And when I take my photos, I take the plate all the pictures, as I said to you guys before, this is the plate I use. And I just go around and clean the plate. And then I'll set my chopsticks on there. And then that is your dinner.
Ta-da!
Enjoy.
Looks absolutely delicious.
Well, thank you for allowing me into your home, and hopefully if you need any help, reach out. I'm here. I'm more than happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. It's amazing.
Right, so I like to add a little crushed red peppers to mine. I like a little spice in my life.